Welcome to Stories of Hope channel. This is not just a story, but it can be your story, Adanna, mocked by men, crowned by God. Why was I even born? Adanna whispered into the darkness. The room was cold. Her hands trembled. She knelt beside her old bed, gripping her pillow tightly to muffle her sobs. God, she whispered, why did you make me like this? Why does everyone hate me? What did I do wrong? Her tears soaked the pillow. Outside, the village was laughing at her. Again. Adanna's story wasn't one of sudden tragedy. It was the slow kind, the kind that builds year after year until you become everyone's example of failure. In school, she was always the almost child. Almost brilliant, almost talented, almost good enough, but almost never mattered. Teachers sighed when she spoke. Some whispered, she's trying, but Adanna will never make it far. At the market, aunties muttered, if only that girl would just put in more effort. So lazy. They didn't see her staying up late to read. They didn't see the silent prayers. They didn't see the battles inside. One day, during the village celebration, the elders called young women forward for opportunities, scholarships, jobs, even marriage. Adanna stood in line, heart pounding. Ngozi, brilliant student. Amaka, beauty and brains. Chidinma, hardworking and focused. Then came Adanna. Silence. One elder cleared his throat and said, Adanna, well, we wish her the best in whatever she chooses. The crowd chuckled. Someone muttered loudly, we can't even recommend her for marriage. That night, Adanna didn't pray gently. She cried out in anger, God, are you even there? Did you create me to be a joke? Do you see me at all? She cried until sleep took her, but heaven was listening. Weeks later, a nearby town needed volunteers for a cultural festival. Nobody thought of Adanna, except a family friend. Adanna, you like crafts, right? Try it. She almost said no. Almost. But somehow she said, I'll go. She started small, carrying chairs, sewing costumes, ignored by most. Until disaster struck. The stage was ruined hours before the event. Everyone panicked. Adanna picked up tools and began to work. When she finished, the stage was beautiful. Alive. A wealthy sponsor, a businessman named Mr. Obina, walked by, stopped, and stared. Who did this? He demanded. Everyone pointed. She has talent, he said. From that moment, everything changed. Mr. Obina personally offered Adanna a scholarship to a prestigious art and design school. At first, Adanna thought it was a joke, but it was real. She traveled, her first time leaving the village. She studied, she excelled. Her designs became so good that international brands started noticing her. She began winning awards. Money, fame, respect, all came, but more importantly, purpose came. He offered her a scholarship. She studied. She excelled. Her designs won awards. Her name became known. She returned to her village 3 years later, not as the girl they laughed at, but as the woman they celebrated. Let us honor our daughter, Adanna, the elders declared. Tears filled her eyes, but this time they were tears of joy. She smiled and whispered, indeed, what God cannot do does not exist. So to you who feels forgotten, to you who's been mocked, rejected, or overlooked, remember Adanna, and more importantly, remember the God who lifts the rejected and crowns them with honor. Your story is not over, and what God cannot do does not exist. Closing prayer. Heavenly Father, thank you for never forgetting us, even when the world turns its back. For every heart that's hurting, remind them today that you are still writing their story. Lift the broken, restore the rejected, and may every listener experience your power to transform ashes into beauty. In Jesus' name, amen. If you believe in this miracle and that our story is not over yet, like, share, and subscribe.